This week is a big milestone for us. We finish out our time on the inland river system by completing the Tombigbee Waterway. This entire section of the journey has been unlike anything else. Because these rivers brought us closer to home, we were able to see so many family members along the way. There were long days, strong currents, and plenty of learning moments, but there was just as much joy and beauty in every mile. In total, we traveled from Chicago, Illinois, all the way down to Mobile, Alabama in just 48 days. Along the way, we anchored in 21 different locations, stayed at 6 marinas, and tied up to 4 free walls. We navigated an incredible chain of waterways: the Illinois River, the Mississippi River, Ohio River, Barkley and Kentucky Lake, the Tennessee River, Pickwick Lake, the Tenn-Tom, and finally, the Tombigbee Waterway before spilling out into Mobile Bay. In this video, we're taking you through that final stretch, one last push through the Tombigbee before we officially hit saltwater again. Oh, and we go through our last lock of our loop. Let's dive in. It's 5:45 a.m. Friday morning, leaving Kingfisher Bay Marina in Demopolis, Alabama. This was the place that they were only allowing us to stay up to 2 nights because they're trying to keep room for all of the loopers. So we just stayed 1 night. We're on the move, and a group of loopers wanted to be in the lock at 6 a.m. So here we are on the move before 6 a.m. No fog this morning, which is nice. That would have delayed us had there been. But we went into town with our electric scooters last night, and pretty rundown town, not a whole ton, but we did have an amazing dinner at a Slab or More barbecue, and I think everybody finished their plates, so that was really good. And today, we'll see what happens. We could go 40 miles to an anchorage, or we could go 60 miles to an anchorage. The only catch is there's no in between. You have to go 40, or you have to go 60. So, come along for the ride.
We just put in a long day today, almost a weekend of moving every day, trying to get to Mobile. And people say rivers are their favorite. I have to say that the rivers are so different depending on if you're talking about the southern part, the middle, or the north part. Like Chicago's really cool. You go through some cool little towns up there, and then you get to the lakes, which is my favorite part of the rivers. You got Kentucky Lake and Pickwick. And then from there down, there's really not a lot. So we're pretty limited on our choices, which is why we're moving so much, just to get to Mobile. And got up this morning, 5:20. We were in the lock by 6. We did about 10.5 hours, and Carly made us a roast. So we're sitting down. It's Friday night. We're going to just relax. It's the weekend, and we got 2 days of movement on the calendar. We are about to leave Bashi Creek. Got a nice boat ramp over here. And engine is being. We did something for the first time last night, and that was we left our deck lights on. So we have lights on the outside here. There's one there. And there's one on the other side. We decided to leave them on last night because we're out of the channel, but there's not great markers. So just so the barges and tows would see us, we decided to do that. I don't think we got a single one last night, so not that big of an issue. I would definitely recommend this anchorage. You can anchor back up in the creek, and there were 3 boats that did that, but it's pretty tight, and one actually like bumped some trees trying to turn around. It's that tight. So I liked it out here. There is a sand little beach area too if you wanted to go over there and have a cocktail. So time to get this anchor up.
We just pulled up to our last lock, and it feels so good.
Yeah, baby.
I've got some champagne on deck. We are waiting for a tow to come through, so in true Great Loop fashion, there's got to be something. But if I counted correctly, this should be our 100th lock. And we don't have plans to go through the Okeechobee Waterway, so this is our last lock for the foreseeable future, at least. It feels so good to be done with them, or almost done, and I'm excited. I don't know what else to say.
It's 11 o'clock and we're about to have champagne.
This is a little scary, coming just straight at ya. Yeah. Ready?
Yeah. Oh,
One.
yeah.
I feel like I don't have a good range. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
That's gonna be bubbly.
Last lock. Last lock. Last lock. Last lock.
That is a crazy feeling.
Northern Attitude secured for the last time.
Number 100. What did we just do?
Moving to our last lock. Woo!
Last lock, baby.
Want some rip? She backed up. That's not bad. It's another early morning. It's 5:45 here. We are about to pull anchor in the next 15 minutes or so. We've decided as a group with Josh and Haley that we just want to get the Tombigbee done with. We're kind of exhausted of the narrow, really windy path, and the quicker we get to Mobile, the quicker we can chill. So we're going to do another long day today. We're not 100% sure where that's going to take us. Again, we have some options, but I think the general consensus is it could suck, but then it could be over with. So let's do it. We just had our second gator sighting.
Yep, I got a sight in. Oh, baby.
We're currently going around this crazy S-looking thing, and I had heard from another looper. They messaged me on Instagram, and they said they've been calling it the Great Inefficiency, and they would appreciate our support in the title. And let me tell you, that is quite an inefficient route, but maybe one day all of that will connect. The oxbow will break off. Who knows? For now, we probably have an added mile going around that, maybe 2. So, crazy stuff.
All that I can do is say,
What's the depth? 5? It's officially our coldest morning on the boat. We woke up to 29 degrees. I don't think I've ever seen the 20s while living on the boat. We're pulling into Mobile later today, so hopefully getting further and further south means warmer temperatures, but I know that this week has just been an interesting cold front coming straight down. Yeah, we're ready to get on shore power We have the heater running off of the generator right now, but yeah.
That was the coldest start we've had, I think.
It is so cold. We got the engine going, and we're gonna get moving so we can get off anchor and stop having to deal with the dinghy. And yeah, we're excited to get into Turner Marine. They're an AGLCA sponsor, and we're gonna be hanging out there for a couple days, just chilling after our long few days coming down the Tombigbee. We're very, very excited.
Carly's about to go lift anchor. We've been letting the engine warm up for a solid 20 minutes at least. It was a cold start, I have to tell you.
It
but
was.
she ripped herself over, and that sounded so bad. She turned over for us.
Okay, just stop.
Gonna run the heater all day until we get to shore power, so we are lucky that we had this lined up.
Gonna have a muddy anchor probably.
Carly's up there all bundled up.
Is this fine? Nope.
Show us how bad it is.
It's like all up here.
Every mud is so different.
It is.
Let's go out where we wander the depths of our dreams.
Back in the land of tides means more help with the current, pushing our boat a little bit faster so long as you time it right. So that's why we weren't in any rush to get up early this morning. Also, it's a much shorter day than what we've had the last week or two. So yeah, we waited for the tide to be going back out, and we are now going 6.5 knots. I bet we'll see 7 knots by the time we get to the marina. So that's a good feeling.
We have made it back to civilization and large ports. Those tows are what we've been passing. That is an ocean-going ship. Pretty cool perspective.
We'll leave it all behind. We'll run into the land where the sun paints the sea.
These conditions in the bay are so epic. Like, Josh just texted our group and he goes, if you were to Google what a perfect day on Mobile Bay looks like, today would pop up. Our only complaint, it could be 20 degrees warmer. I have a turtleneck on and it's still chilly. But I will take that temperature for this glass. It is so awesome. After 2 weeks with limited marina options, it was such a relief to tie up here at Turner Marine. They're an AGLCA sponsor and especially known for their mast stepping services. The channel coming in is clearly marked, making the approach straightforward and easy to navigate. One unique feature here is their do-it-yourself yard, so if you're tackling your own projects or cruising on a tighter budget, it's a great resource. This was the perfect home base for Northern Attitude while we took our side road trip over to New Orleans, did a little bit of work on the boat, and reprovisioned before heading into the Panhandle. Speaking of, come back next week where we return to the place that started it all, Florida! And spoiler alert, it's a pretty perfect return. Until then, we love you. Bye!